Good morning, happy people. This is Ravegal jumping into another session of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Last time we cleared out the first two dungeons of the Dark World. We got the hook shot. We got horribly almost killed a lot. So we're going to try and avoid that this time. I make no promises. We're actually out of fairies, if I'm remembering correctly, so we should probably be extra careful there. Luckily, this happens to be a fairy tree. That's not actually a thing. It just happens to have a fairy in it. The idea of Link just wandering around keeping fairies in a bottle has always been a little bit disturbing, but just a little bit. Okay, while we're in this neck of the woods, we're going to head this way. Magic powder. Here's a taste of red potion. And you know what? We're gonna we're gonna go ahead and buy an extra red potion to take with us. Fairies are good because they're reactive, and if you're not paying attention, like I often am not, you can still stay alive. But if you're keeping on top of it, like when you're getting the incessant beeping and you're down to just like 1 or 2 hearts, the potion goes a lot further than fairies. Plus we have it, like, available right now, so... Okay... I'm trying to remember if we can actually get through this right now. Might be able to. Because I know, like, on this side, it's very... Yeah, awesome. I couldn't remember if you could get through it with, like that or not. Okay, so this is one of the... I think this might actually be one of the only items that has no actual purpose that I'm aware of in the game. It is literally a cape that makes you invincible. It looks like it turns you invisible, but it makes you invincible in the process. It's really good. I have no idea what's back here. I don't remember, at least. Obviously, I accidentally went down the bomb route first. Okay. So there's another piece of heart. Awesome. We're kind of going to be jumping back and forth between worlds as we go here. There's a lot of random stuff that we have access to now. I've mentioned a couple times. I'll tell you a profitable story. I'm good. Most of the profitable stories like that are things that are helpful but not required. if you kind of have an idea where you're going. They're very useful if it's your first time playing, so if you are trying this game out, I would highly suggest you listen to the stories. Also, it's one of the things that helps build the lore. Okay. Oh, I think... yeah, this is a heart piece up here, through here. There goes that fairy. One down, one to go. Can't remember how complex this is. Oh, it's not complex at all. That was tricky. And then we use our magic cape we just got to walk through the bumper. It's pretty nifty. Yeah, the cape is actually a really good item. That's just kind of generally useful. There are like 2 or 3 spots that require it to get like heart pieces or stuff like that. No, stop. Okay. Another shop. Okay. I think... make sure... yeah. So this is done now. This is the tree that they were cutting down, and they found this weird fountain inside, which is full of fairies. So we can get one now, keep one in a bottle, keep one in a bottle. We've got a... that's all of our bottles full now. And a heart piece. See, that was a good trip. Good little trip. Okay, and then we can cross back over. Okay, I'm gonna wander a little bit. I think I said at the end of this last one, or of my last episode, I was gonna meander, and that is very much my intent right now. Is this... yeah, you can jump over here, get over here. Nope, we're good. Nothing worthwhile there. I don't think I've gone to this area in the light world. I can't remember what's here. Yeah, it's nothing. That's what I thought. Nothing important, at least. Yeah, this is like just a little route there. Random Dark World fact. Some of the trees spit bombs. You can see if their faces are still animated. If I'm remembering correctly, as with most of the things in the Dark World, some of the trees used to be people. Which is why it does that. Yeah, we're gonna avoid this for now. That's actually where we're supposed to go next, and if I'm remembering correctly, it might be where we get the second level of the Titan's mitts, the let you lift the rocks up. Because I believe you need the... Oh, never mind. I thought you needed level 2 to get that. Okay. So maybe we have access to more than I thought. Okay, that's a lot of rupees. Awesome. I'm hoping I can find what I need to buy, because I'm trying to remember what all there is. Right now the main thing I want is the last bottle, which might be... is it up there? Yeah. So, one of the main things we still need to do, or that once we get the power bracelet, or the upgraded version of the Titan's Mitt, or whatever it is in this game, we get access to the blacksmith, which upgrades our sword again, and we get access to the last bottle, it looks like, because I think it's in that house. I'm really scared to pick that up, because if it's another like 300 rupees, then we're wasting a bunch. Okay. I'm trying to remember where a couple things are. I'm totally not looking this up just to make sure that I'm being efficient. I just want to make sure that I'm going to the dungeon that I'm thinking that I want to go to. I mean, it's fine if I end up getting... it's not a huge deal. But... fourth dungeon. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so we're gonna skip dungeon 3 for now. I think we can do this without it, and it's the last thing that it's the last thing we need to really get access to pretty much the world. So we're going to do Dungeon 4 first. What this is going to give us access to is the Titan's Mitt, which is the upgrade to the Power Glove. It lets us lift the dark gray rocks, and that gives us access to, I believe that's what we need to get access to, the Pond of Happiness, which I will not be doing on a video. I'll show where it is and what it is and how it works a bit. But it involves running back and forth, turning rupees in. We'll see how long a cycle takes. I don't want to make that the, entire in the entirety of my videos for however long that takes. Now this, I was talking about linear dungeons before. This is like probably one of the least linear dungeons that I'm aware of in this. It's very roundabout. Literally, like there's the main thing for at least the early part of this dungeon is these 4 rooms that interlock or intersect, and trying to get from room to room in a way that is productive. So it's not even just being able to figure out a route to get to the item or it is just figuring out routes to get to the items you want. So we've got the map with the compass, which is nice, but it doesn't actually help us. And I want to say right here is a key, big key. Not just a key, the key, which is nice. We may not even, I mean, we technically don't even need to. We're gonna wait the pink bunny out. Those little gold get disc things. Turn you back into Pink Bunny Link temporarily. They are kind of a problem. I believe there's more we need out of that first, or eventually, or something, but I'm actually happy with where we're at for now. I believe this is now conveyor. Somewhere in here, if I'm remembering right, there's a bunch of like conveyor belts and spikes. Yeah, conveyor belts and spikes. Look at that. Okay. I'm gonna try very hard not to get horribly murdered. So, those enemies that have been kind of just in the way for most of this are now actually usable. The little rotaty skull guys with the red orbs around them actually turn into fairies when you hit them. Okay. So I believe what we want to do is weave through those spikes there. We now can get access over here. This is probably a switch. This area is just set up. Probably could have guessed that's what that was, actually. So, we're going to find someone, or we're going to come across a prisoner here in a little bit. Like I said, this is easily the most confusing dungeon. If you don't know what you're doing, or maybe not most confusing, but the least linear, because there's like 2 or 3 different little pieces here. We have to break open the ceiling there. That'll actually come up later. We have to rescue a prisoner who is stuck in the dungeon, and then we have to take that same prisoner into the room that we just removed the ceiling of, basically. It's kind of convoluted and kind of weird, and that's okay. Okay, so we're actually gonna go ahead here and sneak through here. That's a one-way door that I didn't want to go through. So yeah, that's the room that we just opened the ceiling of to let the sunlight in. And basically what we're going to find out eventually is that the prisoner is actually a monster in disguise, spoilers, who hates bright light. Okay, so I had the medicine up there, so when the beeping started, I could just skip it. And now I'm going to come across here and accidentally pick up the ferry that I was going to take. Oh well. Okay. So, now we can go up here. I'm sure I'll come across another one at some point here. I have an empty bottle for a fairy, so I was going to turn that little guy into a fairy and then capture him. So we've got the big key from that big circular room, which is neat. We've got the sunlight, sun lamp, I guess. What would that be? I'm blanking on words apparently right now. Okay, this is a weird room that I think is just a trap? It's just a trap, okay. Really annoying conveyor belt rooms. This is where the prisoner is. Please take me outside. And we will totally not be doing that, but yeah, that's okay. And this must be where the Titan's mid is, yep. Which means you do need the hammer for. We're gonna go up here, because it cut off our escape. Okay. So yeah, this level's kind of all over the place a little bit. Again, I kind of know the route, so it is more doable that way. Or I got lucky and guessed correctly on a few cases. Too bright! And I'm trying to remember... Yeah, this boss is weird and kind of creepy when you really get down to it. Nope. I keep being wrong about... I remember having or seeing a thing where that talked about, like, the ice rod's useful for everything. Okay, we've got two fairies. There we go. Didn't even use all their fairies. Okay, so we've got another crystal. We have another maiden that we've rescued. Descendants of the wise men. The wise men sealed the way to the dark. Knights of Hyrule defended the attacks of evil monsters. So yeah, there's there's basically the 7 wise men whose descendants are these women who were captured. And there are the Knights of Hyrule, which Link is a descendant of. And that's kind of the basic thing you've got going here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. I am gonna wrap it up here after this. I want to get these side quests started, and I think I'm gonna get over to the Pond of Happiness before I start doing my thing, so that I can take care of that. I guess it's the best way to put it. Do I need that here? I want to say there's a thing if you do this. By the way, this is the game that started the whole "don't kill the chickens" thing. They will murder the crap out of you. Yeah, that's what I thought. If you have the hammer, it opens up a little pathway here. You get a piece of heart. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna switch here. And that turns him back into the blacksmith. We're very happy now. We'll temper your sword perfectly. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go out and back in. I just realized I put my portal right in. Temper my sword. Okay, they're gonna keep my sword for a while. So I actually don't have a normal sword for attacking for this chunk. And in the process of doing that, here, I'm gonna finish this real quick, just since I accidentally put that in the... Jump down the hole there. This is... magic buff? Yeah, the curse. He will lay a curse on us. Your magic power will drop by half. And what that actually means is that our magic, the usage for magic items drops in half, so they cost half as much. So he actually just helped us. Okay, so now we're gonna go back into the Dark World. We're gonna grab this treasure chest. We're gonna take it with us. Now, the treasure chest is really annoying because if you dash, it stays behind. And if you jump off a ledge... Oh, I'm wrong. I must be thinking of the bomb. Okay, no, it does still get left behind if you do that. Okay. So you can jump off ledges with it, but you can't dash. Oh. That's right, we don't have a sword. So we're gonna do this real quick. He's gonna give us the shovel. We see the echo of the flute playing boy there. What? Okay, that scared me for a second. So, this is that boy that we saw in that like little vision there, and he basically gets turned into a tree here. You see kind of how these trees start to form, that they were used to be people, and it's kind of creepy and depressing. Okay, well... Oh, you can't use bombos without your sword! I was thinking this is like the perfect time to show off bombos. Okay. So yeah, we're kind of jumping around a little bit here as far as what we're being able to access. Can't enter that with somebody following you. Okay. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna need to jump back over to the light world here soon anyway. So, the enemies here hit a lot less, are not nearly as hard to kill, basically. So we're just gonna go with this, and we won't be able to get back over to that guy, or to that thing, but that's okay. I'll open this chest from you. Promise not to tell. That's the last bottle. I'm gonna hope that that was enough time for the blacksmiths. So we're gonna warp back over to the dark world. I mean, I guess we could have probably just stayed in the light world, but I want to say there's at least one more thing we want to do here. Can we do the bombs? No. I don't think you can do that until you've unlocked everything. That dude will eventually have a super bomb that we can use to blow a hole in the pyramid, and inside is the second great fairy. Okay, now that we don't have somebody following us, let's just real quick do this while we're here. I genuinely don't remember what is in most of these. I just know that there is something there. Harpies. That's usually a fair bet. Okay. I don't know why I keep going back into the dark world. The blacksmiths are in the light world, and the dude's dad, the kid's dad, is in the light world, so... Okay, so the ice ride might not actually be nearly as good as I was kept saying. I remember it being very good from early playthroughs, but apparently I might be wrong. I'm wrong on occasion. Now hold it up. Okay, so we have this awesome like red sword now. Eventually we're going to turn into the gold sword, but for now the tempered sword is like, I think it is 4, or it does as much damage as 4 hits with a regular sword did. It's here 3 or 4. And we're going to get access to fast traveling basically here. My son's flute, where is he? Is he alright? I can tell by the look on your eyes. Would you keep this flute? Okay. So basically we play the flute for his dad, and then he tells us to take it to the town square. And then we get access to fast travel. There's this weird duck thing that shatters the statue that it was apparently randomly imprisoned in and takes off. And now when we play the flute, it will come pick us up and take us where we want to go. Oops. That is not what we wanted to do. So, we've got most of the things now. I've got a bunch of rupees, and basically I want to be able to pick up more if I find them. So I don't want to accidentally max out at 999. So, we're going to go up here, and this is the Pond of Happiness. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to walk up, throw some rupees, throw a few, 20. Your happiness score is 20. We're going to go most of the way back out. Oh, do you have to actually go back out? I thought you just had to go to the door. We'll play with it a little bit. If you actually have to go out, that's even worse. Throw some rupees, throw a few. I accidentally pushed the wrong one. 25 now. I'll have a little luck. I swear you can just go to the door. Okay, that's what I thought. Just to be clear, this is why I'm doing this one off camera. So, I'm going to go all the way through the first cycle. Because after we do a one cycle here, where we have to do like 20 at a time, you go back up and you have, it escalates after the first cycle up to like 100 at a time, which goes a little bit faster. This is really the main thing we're saving rupees up for. You know how much I love bombs, so I want to carry more bombs. So you donate like 100 rupees, and she comes out and gives you the ability to carry more bombs. Oop, didn't go far enough. You actually have to get like into the doorway. So, what we can do here, 50 rupees. So now we're only up to doing it 2 at a time. So it's not that bad, but we've got 600 more rupees to go through. We are literally just going to spend all of our rupees, or most of our rupees, here, and get more bombs and arrows. So, I'm going to end this episode, and I will pick back up next time with most of the minor side quests for the time being done, and we'll start just cruising through dungeons next time. To prevent things from going the way they did last, or in the middle of this one, I will actually stop and look up, remind myself what the items for each of the dungeons are, so I can pick an order that fits the way I want to play through the rest of the game. Because I'm thinking I may just, after the Pond of Happiness, like, save right here, because there's a portal there that takes you into the Ice Palace, which is one of the harder dungeons, but I believe gives you a really good item, the blue mail, so I will die less quickly. So, we will see what happens there, and I will catch you next time.